Good Wednesday, everyone. I'm Cyrus Webb, and welcome to Conversation Daily News. Glad you all could be with us. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up on this first hump day of November. We have a message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By. And in today's Entertainment Spotlight, you'll be part of my conversation with Marcus Robinson, the Senior Vice President of UnitedHealthcare, talking about annual enrollment as well as the individual and family plans they have to offer. You don't want to miss that. Enjoy today's broadcast. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Wednesday headlines. In national news, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame opens to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year will induct Eminem, Dolly Parton, Lionel Richie, Carly Simon, and two guys in sunglasses who have scored more number ones on the Billboard 100 than all of those other acts combined. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis are the rare songwriting and producing team to get into the prestigious hall, and they hope it will lead to more artists like them being inducted. Songwriters are like farmers, said Jam. When you go to a nice restaurant, the chef is like the artist, and you thank him for the meal, but where did he get the food from? Without the farmer, he doesn't have any food to cook, and that's the way songwriters are to me, he said. The duo's chart-topping pop hits include Janet Jackson's When I Think of You, Mariah Carey's Thank God I Found You, George Michael's Monkey, Boyz II Men's On Bended Knee, Janet and Michael Jackson's Scream, and Mary J. Blige's No More Drama. They have 5 Grammys and went into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2017. One song in particular might typify the Jam and Lewis range, Got Till It's Gone, which combines a folk sample from Joni Mitchell, the hip-hop of Q-Tip, and Janet Jackson's R&B voice. We're kind of at a crossroads or an intersection of a lot of different music, said Jam. Jam and Lewis started out in competing bands and became part of Prince's band at Time in Minneapolis. After parting ways with the Purple One, the duo established a recording studio and production company. Their collaboration with Janet Jackson on her monster albums Control and Rhythm Nation 1814 solidified them as hitmakers. In more national news, the EPA says water in Mississippi's capital city is now safe to drink. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency confirmed this week that the water in Mississippi's capital city is safe to drink after months of sampling at a treatment plant overwhelmed by August flooding that caused wide supply disruptions. The beleaguered O.B. Curtis water treatment plant fell into crisis after the late summer flooding left 150,000 people without running water for several days. People waited in lines for water to drink, bathe, cook, and flush toilets. The crisis also added to the rising costs for business owners already saddled with a labor shortage and high inflation. The city had already been under a boil water notice since late July, says the Associated Press, because the state health department found cloudy water that could make people ill. With current water samples past muster for safe consumption, the EPA has said. The agency encouraged Jackson residents to stay vigilant about updates and follow all future boil water advisories as localized issues may resurface. It is not yet certain whether Jackson has too much lead and copper in its water. Samplings for lead and copper has been completed, and results are expected in mid-November. In more national news, job openings hit 11 million despite Fed attempts to cool economy. U.S. job openings rose unexpectedly in September, suggesting that the American labor market is not cooling as fast as the inflation fighters at the Fed Reserve had hoped. Employers posted 11 million job vacancies in September, up from 10 million in August, the Labor Department said on Tuesday. Economists had expected the number of job openings to drop below 10 million for the first time since June 2021. In another sign the labor market remains tight and employers unwilling to let workers go, layoffs dropped in September to 1.3 million, fewest since April. In entertainment news, Migos rapper Takeoff dead after Houston shooting, representative says. Takeoff was shot around 2:30 a.m. after an argument broke out among a group of 40 people who were leaving a private party at the bowling alley, Houston police say. The police chief said Takeoff was well respected and that investigators are looking for any information that would help them identify the shooters. And finally, in business news, stocks in lower as hot jobs data signals aggressive Fed. Stocks on Wall Street gave up early gains and closed lower Tuesday after an unexpectedly strong report on the job market raised concerns that the Fed Reserve will need to keep the pressure on inflation with aggressive interest rate hikes. The S&P 500 fell 0.4% after having been up as much as 1% shortly after trading opened. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 0.2%, and the Nasdaq Composite dropped 0.9%. Big technology stocks were the biggest weights on the market. The companies with their big valuations have been heft in pushing the broader market up or down. Also, rising interest rates tend to make the sector look less attractive because of those high valuations. Apple fell 1.8%. The S&P 500 fell 16 points at 3,856. The Dow dropped 80 points to close at 32,653. The Nasdaq slid 97 points to 10,891. The Russell 2000 rose 5% to 1,851. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's on time for a message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By. Enjoy. Good Wednesday, everyone. I'm Cyrus Webb, and welcome to Words I Choose to Live By. Not everyone will win first place. Not everyone will get a pat on the back or see their name in lights, and that's okay. Being successful is not always about being recognized as the best. It's about bringing the best of yourself to everything you say and do in your life. So let's get to it. Have an amazing hump day. We have part of my conversation coming up with Marcus Robinson, the Senior Vice President of UnitedHealthcare, in today's Entertainment Spotlight. Stay with us. You're listening to Conversation Daily News. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with Entertainment Spotlight. Marcus Robinson, the Senior Vice President for UnitedHealthcare, joined me on Conversations Live, the radio show, to talk about open enrollment for healthcare and the individual and family plans. Here's a bit of our conversation. So this is an important topic. First of all, let's talk about open enrollment season, Marcus. When does it officially begin?
Yeah, so open enrollment begins November 1st and runs all the way through January the 15th. That's the time where you can go and compare different insurance options, find the best coverage that works for you and your family. Another really important date between November the 1st and January the 15th is December the 15th. You'll need to make your enrollment selection by the 15th of December if you want your coverage to start by January 1st. After the 15th of December and still during open enrollment, the coverage will begin February the 1st of 2023.
All right, great information for our audience. So, of course, when they're thinking about then coverage, Marcus, they probably have heard about open enrollment. They may not have heard about individual and family plans and exactly what they are. So talk to us about that. Who exactly qualifies for the individual and family plans?
Yeah, individual and family plans are insurance offers and coverage where people can go and shop and find the best coverage for themselves and their families. A lot of people qualify and are eligible for an individual and family plan. If you do not have coverage made available to you through your job, if you are not on Medicare, Medicaid, or if your children are not on CHIP, you're eligible for an individual and family plan on the marketplace or the exchange. I know affordability is really important as well, Cyrus, and also if you are shopping on the exchange, you may qualify for premium tax assistance as well.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning into this edition of Conversations Daily News. But better get on tomorrow's more news, message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversation Daily News today, and let's go make it a great one.